Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is What's Done in the Dark Tea. We are reviewing Love Island Season 8, Episode 32. You guys, I think I'm getting sick. No, well, I mean, at least Love Island is coming to an end, because if we were in the middle of this and getting sick would have been a nightmare, but I think I'm getting sick. Like, oh my gosh. But anyway, how are you guys feeling? What did you think about tonight's episode? We're in the final home stretch. Let's see, because what is today? Okay, so we had Thursday, so we have tomorrow, and then we just have Sunday, so 2 days left. What did you guys think? What did you guys think of the vote? How are you feeling about that? Did you like having to vote for 4 couples? Honestly, for me, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of hard to pick 4 couples because I don't have 4 couples that I'm actually rooting for in this villa. I think so many of these couples are just, I think a lot of these couples are toxic, and it's not just Mel and Sincere. So I think that there's a few couples that I'm not a fan of. So really, I mean, but I like the people. I don't like their couples. So, I mean, it is what it is. It was hard to pick 4. I think that I'm one of those people that didn't read the directions. So I didn't realize that the first one that you picked was your number 1. So I picked Anaya, but luckily for me, I didn't go straight down the thing. The second thing I did was I went Trinity. So, which was supposed to be my number 1. I didn't mean to. That's neither here nor there. I wasn't reading, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. But so episode 32 starts off and we get Casey and TT, and this is the same night after Casey has asked TT to be his girlfriend. He lets her know that he had to do it. He knows what he wants, and they seem really happy. I'm not going to lie. I think that they are very compatible. I have no problems with this couple. They could very well surprise people and win. If a lot of people read the instructions, they could win. If a lot of people don't read the instructions, Anaya and Carl are going to win. Yeah, I guess we'll just see. Then we get a conversation between Kata and Trinity, and Kata is crying already, and she lets Trinity know that she's just upset about the situationship thing and that she's always been happy for her. Trinity lets her know where she comes from, that that's just what they would call it, but she apologizes, and Kata's like, give us a second to become boyfriend and girlfriend. Trinity lets her know that they're her favorite couple, and she didn't mean anything by it. She just wanted them to go ahead and be together. They hug, make up, friends again. Mwah, perfect. Kata tells Zach that Trinity took accountability. And I'm like, accountability for what? Like, I didn't even really feel like she needed to say she was sorry. I thought that was a nice thing. But taking accountability, I mean, I think it would have been properly said to just say she apologized. Like, take accountability for what, really? It's bedtime, so everybody's getting ready. TT says that she's happy to be a girlfriend. Dylan says that him and Kinsey are good now. Melanie wants to go back to the hideaway. She said she only got half of it. Anaya's got her sleep dress on because she said it's easy access for Carl. I said, okay, Anaya. Freaked out. The next morning they wake up and Bryce runs in the room and lets everyone know that it is family day. Everyone is nervous. We kind of get a shot of everybody running around the villa. Everybody is super nervous. They're doing that whole thing. Every time that we see Carl with Anaya, he is complimenting her. As soon as she came down the steps that morning, the first thing he did was, oh my God, you were so beautiful. You were so beautiful. You were so beautiful. I'm not mad at it. I love it. I think that that's what she needed. I think it's really good to see KC happy. I think it's good to see her happy. they were never a match, but it is good that they were both mature, and I like that they are both happy. So then everybody is sitting around waiting, and then the families start coming in, and the first families that come in are Trinity and Bryce's. We get Trinity's sister and mom, and we get Bryce's mom and grandmother. Trinity's mom says that she likes them together, and his mom says that they raised a good boy. It was really weird. Whenever he was talking about the other relationships, Bryce was like, a lot of the other relationships are lustful. Like, they love this word lustful. Like, what is this? Like, what did y'all take, a purity pledge before we started? What is with all the lustful? I feel like we're in, like, medieval times. Like, I don't know what is going on here. The fam, they also want to know why Trinity and Bryce didn't want to go to the hideaway. The family, they want to know too. We all want to know, why did y'all not want to go to the hideaway? I know that y'all already hunched, but y'all didn't want to hunch in private? Like, I'm confused. I'm confused by the whole thing. His grandma mentions turtle tongue, and he has no idea what's going on. His grandma is freaking hilarious. If they do Beyond the Villa, just put his grandma on there. We don't even need the Islanders. Just let it be the grandma, because the grandma is hilarious. Can y'all hear my puppy? He will not stop. Every time I record, he tries to jump on the couch. Okay, her mom says that the cry whenever they were separated in Casa told her everything that she needed to know. Her sister says that, she knew that she wasn't really interested in Bryce in the beginning, but they knew whenever those tears came in Casa that it was a good thing. His grandma is so Samantha Jones coded, because she lets us know that 3 ways don't work, because they get introduced to Zach and Kata, and she's like, yeah, 3 ways don't work, babe. And I'm like, she's so Samantha Jones coded. Love that. Then we get Anaya and Carl. So Anaya's sister and mom and Carl's mom and sister come in, and everybody is crying immediately. Anaya's crying, Carl is crying. I'm not gonna lie, I cried this whole episode. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know what it is. Put something on TV, a dog video, anything, and I'm crying my eyes out. So I started crying immediately. Her family was so glad that they brought Carl back. His mom says she loved watching him come back, and she's really a fan of Anaya because of the volleyball connection. She immediately says she could see Anaya as a daughter-in-law. And Carl's vibes were a little bit off, but I think that maybe he wasn't sure of how receptive his family was going to be, considering he got sent home and brought back. So I'm just gonna choose to believe that that's why I felt like there was a little something. Maybe there was nothing going on, but it just seemed like he was a little But Anaya's mom tells her that she feels like she's been pure in the villa, and her mom asked her about KC, and she just pretty much lets her know that she picked KC even though Carl was perfect for her, because she just felt like her and KC had put time in, and she should have just went with her gut. Her mom also keeps it real with her and lets her know that she has been sugarcoating things with Melanie, and that she needed to be a better friend to Melanie, because telling her to be with Sincere was invalidating her feelings. And I said, thank you, Mama Harvey. Thank you. I'm glad somebody said it, because it was getting real weird that everybody was just acting like Sincere did nothing. I wasn't even a fan of KC and how he acted in Casa Amor, but what KC did compared to what Sincere did were nowhere near the same. It was definitely glossed over. And I don't know if that's because production knows that Melanie has a big fan base. I don't know, there wasn't really much going on, so they was trying to keep people around. I'm not really sure what was going on with that, but I think that they definitely did Melanie a disservice. But honestly, at this point, she's doing herself a disservice, because after this episode, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. they just keep showing, in between each parent that comes in, they keep showing Sincere, and he is shaking in his boots. He is Puss in Boots. This man is scared. He's scared. So then the next parents that come in are Casey's mom and sis and TT's mom and cousin. And Casey's sis seems to really like her, and his mom is not saying much. He says that she's a woman of few words, and you can definitely tell, but it seems like the family really like each other. They like that Tiara is not a pushover, and that she brings out his personality. Seeing his mom and how she's kind of more shy and reserved, that it does kind of explain Casey's personality a little bit more, because I said in the beginning, I don't like someone who's overly jokey, but whenever you get to know me, I joke 24/7, but I'm also a very quiet person, so very few people get to see that. So I'm sure if I was on TV, my personality would not. Well, who knows? I don't know. When I get nervous, I'll say anything. So who knows if my personality would work on. Either way, they seem happy together. There was no drama there. So then Dylan and Kenzie's parents are next, and it's Dylan's best friend and his mom, and Kenzie's mom and her brother. Kenzie's little brother, she was excited to see him. They ask him who his crush is in the villa, and he says Kata. Everybody loves Kata. Everybody knows Kata's fine, except for Kata. Their families say that they like that they are goofy together. Kenzie's mom says that Dylan acts a lot like her dad, and I'm like, ew. Don't say that. His mom says that Kenzie did nothing wrong and that it was part of the experience, and I agree. And I don't care how much they show us of this relationship. I don't believe it. I still don't believe that they like each other. I feel like Dylan is an actor. Okay? Kenzie gets the text message, and the text message is from her dad. And whenever he pops up, he gives the most sweetest, heartfelt message. You could tell that his dad, or her dad, really loves her mom. You could tell that she grew up seeing a lot of love. Her dad is very good with his words. Dylan is not giving her dad. I don't know what the hell her mom was talking about. Like, just from that little clip right there, Dylan hasn't said anything insightful the whole time he's been there. Kenzie pulls Dylan's mom before she leaves and just kind of explains that she does like Dylan. And I feel like even the mom knows that Kenzie don't really like Dylan like that, but the mom lets Kenzie know that she's also a gymnast, so I guess they can do splits together. Kata's mom and sister and Zach's brother and sister, so we get a visit from Mr. Charlie. That was a terrible accent. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Kata's sister is so pretty. Like, her mom, I don't know what you doing. I don't know what's going on in there, Miss Ma'am, but both of them, 10s across the board. Beautiful. I hope both of them have modeling contracts after this. Like, beautiful, both of them. They meet Trinity and Bryce. They love them, of course. They bring up the hideaway, and they kind of just let her know, like, how he was so quick to talk about other women while they were still in there, like it was too soon or whatever. So they did bring that up and they're trying to let her know why people don't like her and Zach. But it's like Kata's still not getting it, I feel like. Her family doesn't understand the exclusive thing either, but we're going with it. And the sister said that she's still a little iffy of Charlie. That she's still a little iffy of Zach, and Charlie just gives him the advice of just figure it out when he gets back. If you like her, work it out. You'll figure it out when you get back. Solid advice, I suppose. Finally, and when I tell you this This is my first time seeing someone come on Love Island and just be like, nah. Like, usually the parents play it pretty cool. This is the first time I've seen somebody come on there and just be like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we get Melanie's sister and mom, and we get Sin's dad and brother. And immediately, as soon as Melanie's sister meets Sin, she drops, "How are you, beloved?" Melanie's sister was not playing, not one bit. As soon as they sat down in front of that fire pit, she started getting that. She was getting in there, okay? She did not care. She was like, "I don't like how you're treating my sister. It's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself." She was letting him know. His family is looking at him with pure disgust. They're like, his dad's like, "This is not who I raised. Everybody is watching this, sending their condolences to Melanie. Like, you are not somebody who could sit at the table with me. This is not the kind of people that I have around me." His family is just completely disappointed. His dad literally says he did not drive 7,000 miles to support that. Okay? But kudos to his dad. Kudos to his dad, because a lot of people would just, let their son just continue on being and he wasn't having that. So kudos to Sincere's dad. And his brother looks just like him. They just look like the same person, different font. Melanie's sister says that she has not been treated right, and that she needs to remember who she is. Like, she's not the girl that packed up and moved to a city she didn't know to become a model when everybody was telling her she couldn't do it and she needed to come back, and she decided to stay. That's not the same person that they seen in the villa, and she needs to remember who she are. The mom says that it's not going to work outside the villa. The mom don't see it. It's not going to work it. And she said, why give a man a second chance when there's so many men out here that you only have to give one? And I said, thank you, mama. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody say it, because what nobody in the villa saying nothing. The dad pretty much he on Sincere again. You're moving shady. Like, this would not work outside the villa. His dad just was letting him know, like, all this that you doing, that would not work outside the villa. She would not take you back. She would not look at you again. His brother lets him know that he needs to tighten up. And Melanie is reflecting, and she just kind of says, the longer you take with the wrong person, then the longer it is until you meet the right person. This was the first family meet. Like, both families said that they flew there specifically. Melanie's sister said she came to check on her because of what she was seeing, and that she hadn't planned on coming. Sin's dad essentially said the same thing. He came out there to check him for his behavior, and he had no intentions on coming out there, but after what he saw, he had to come and say something. So, yikes. Yikes on bikes. After everything is done, everyone gets ready for the night, and we get a conversation between Kata, Bryce, and Zach. And Zach is talking about his complicated relationship with Charlie and how growing up, Charlie kind of stole all the shine and everybody kind of had a crush on him. And now he's growing into his own person, and it's very interesting to see that they're just, two different people. Bryce talks about his childhood and talks about they didn't have a lot, but they had a lot of love, and how his grandma has always just been his best friend, and that they're a very close family. Then we get a conversation between Mel, Trinity, and Anaya. Mel is letting them know that her sister is not messing with Sincere at all. And Anaya comes forward and she says, look, I just got to be honest. My mom said, and she's always right. She said that I enabled you. I wasn't keeping it real about Sincere. That I didn't take into account your feelings, and that I wasn't being a good friend. Melanie says that she's confused by like the switch up, because she's essentially saying, like, last week you're telling me, a few days ago, I'm Team Sincere, and now you're telling me this. So she's a little conflicted by hearing two sides of the same thing. Honestly, conversation is pointless because we all know she's going to stay with him regardless. But nevertheless, I guess we've got to pretend. We get a conversation between Kenzie and Dylan, and they're happy now. He likes that she pulled his mom for a conversation, and Kenzie says that she's thinking about closing off. And I was like, wow, that is so great of you to close off with 2 days left. I guess you explored and had everything figured out with the man of your dreams. We get a conversation between Sin and Mel, and he says that he took the whole thing as constructive criticism, and he's not worried. And then he says, should I be worried? Yes! You're never worried, and you should be worried. God. Ugh. Sincere, please. He says that he's still ashamed. I'm still so ashamed. Well, you should be ashamed because it's only been 3 days. This is what's pissing me off the most about Sincere. He's acting like all of this happened at the beginning of summer. It's like he is not counting the Anaya situation. It's almost like he only counts the Soul situation. It's like he's looking at everything as like he did it so long ago, like he did it in the beginning of the summer. He has distanced himself so far from what he actually did that it's like crazy to watch. Crazy. She lets him know that being with her is going to take a lot of work, because he has to make it right with not only her, but her mother. And I'm like, yes, from watching the show, we can 100% tell that it is going to take so much work for him. I don't know how he will ever manage with the workload that it is going to take to get you back and to stay on your good graces. He wants to let her know that he is being 100% sincere. As if that means anything. She lets us know that no matter what, how does it go? Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no, 'cause I got you. She's staying with him. She don't care what the people say. She's staying. She gonna stay by her man. Like we needed an hour and 20-minute episode to let us know that she was gonna stay with that man. But anyway, that's how episode 32 ends, and we find out tomorrow that the results of the vote are in. I have a feeling from the little clips that this is going to be interesting. Like I said before, my bid for the top 4, I believe the top 4 is going to be Anaya and Carl, Trinity and Bryce, Casey and TT, and Melanie and Sincere. I believe that that's going to be the top, but who knows? Maybe Zach and Kata can have a comeback, or maybe, I don't know. Production seems to really like Kenzie, so maybe it's Kenzie. I don't know. But that's my prediction for the top 4. And honestly, I guess that's it. I was trying to think if there was anything else to... Oh, I know that we talked a little bit about the Shelly, the Andreina, all of that drama. So after that call got leaked and all of that drama, tell me why somebody leaked videos of Taylor talking to other girls, and now they're saying that he is cheating on Clark. But then I also saw on TikTok that they felt like her whole rebranding and doing these interviews and trying to distance herself from the I Pick Clark and everything was them soft launching that they had broken up already. So, who knows? Even a whole year later, season 7 is giving us way more than season 8 ever did already. But I guess we'll see how it goes. We'll be back tomorrow night. You guys do me a favor, like, follow, share, subscribe. And yeah, we're in the final bit of Love Island final week. Are you guys going to any watch parties? Let me know down in the comments. I will see you next time. Bye.